Hey there, I'm Tacky Mama and this is Sugar Tea. Roll up, roll up, roll up, honey. We have some gossip for you today. Honey, let me tell you this. This is about a guy named like, share, subscribe, and comment if you want to. And yes, we still got on our go-to H-E double hockey sticks hats. There you go. They take that. Since you want to ask questions and be funny. Why is it that y'all people that don't have no contents always on the other people channel giving opinion and they got all the contents? I don't understand that. Please explain to me. Well, anyway, today's gossip, like I said, like, share, subscribe, comment. I don't care. We still gonna gossip. You still gonna get it. It's about this man named Kendrick and the other one, Frank. Well, they were gay. They had their life. They was who they was. They knew who they was. And I have no problem with that. But, and I don't have no problem with what I'm about to gossip about me. Well, anyway, Kendrick had some issues. He was, when he was growing up or he was in his young adults, Kendrick missed and shot his brother. And the courts couldn't determine whether it was because they had argued a few minutes before, whether it was self-defense or whether it was the fact that Kendrick, the gun just went off in his hand. So they let him do a little bit of time. He didn't do much time. He had to do some part of it in prison. And then when they turned him out in there, he lost his mind. And they had to put him in, finish doing his time in a mental institution. So he got straight. He got up, got straight enough to get out that mental institution and come home. Come home. But anyway, Kendrick one night, fast forward, he out of prison, he on his own, in his own apartment. Fast forward, Kendrick came home, and he was walking through the woods, and he found a Glock. It was first evening. So he decided he was going to take the gun home. Well, the little problem was, Kendrick had not taken his medication in a few days, okay? And so, when he got to the apartment complex, the way it was built, some of the apartments was built down like, how shall I say, ground level. The ground was up and the apartment was down in a little alleyway, But anyway, there was this lady that lived upstairs on the third floor. She saw him walking around in the parking lot. That's when he got to his apartment complex. Walking around in the parking lot, just walking. Said she see him go down like that. Somebody's gonna get it. And she said, that's all he said. So she looked over the barrel. She said, Kendrick, you okay? I'm just fine, Miss Henrietta. I'm just fine. And so she see him after a while. He go down again. And say this time she saw what he was going down for. That crazy man had the Glock pointing in it, just pointing, telling me somebody's gonna get it. So he did that. He walked around, and so Miss Henrietta was saying, I wanted Frankie home, and she started calling Frankie. And Frankie couldn't answer because see, Frankie had got his head bad. He got drunk the night before. So he decided he'd study, but it ended up the books were studying him because he fell asleep. And he said that he could hear somebody calling him way off. And say last time he heard, he woke up and said he thought he was dreaming, so he just laid back down and went to sleep. Well, back to Kendrick. Kendrick walked around in that parking lot all night long with that gun. Because see, when he didn't take his meds, he wouldn't sleep. And see, nobody knew. The only time they knew he wouldn't take his meds because he would stay up walking around, knocking on people's doors. But anyway, he saw this couple coming down the street. So he walked up to the couple, and they were like, hey, Kenny, hey, man, what's up? And say, Kenny didn't say nothing. He had the gun down there behind his back. And they said, what's up, man? What's going on? Say, well, after a while, he went down. Somebody's gonna get it. Well, see, they saw he had a gun because the street light was on, and they took off running. Wait a minute, Kenny, wait a minute, hold on. And boy, they ran down the street. He went back down to the apartment complex with the gun, looking all around. Like he was the FBI or something. His mind wasn't good. So finally, Miss Cinderella said she sat up all night long watching Kenny in that parking lot. Because she was worried about him because she know he got a mental issue, and if the cops walked up on him, they would have killed him. And the thing is, the clip was out the gun. The gun wasn't loaded. But he was in the parking lot. Somebody's gonna get it. So she sat up, and so finally, the people started coming in. You know, I guess the ones that was partying, they started coming in. And so she yelled out to one of them, go down there and get Frank, and tell Frank to come out here and get Kendrick out this parking lot with this gun. And he was still like that, somebody's gonna get it. He'd go down. Like the no one knee, or squat down. Like he getting ready to shoot somebody. So finally, Frank said, he heard somebody bamming on the door. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Frank. And said he sat up. And said he jumped out the bed and he ran to the door. He said, what's the matter? So Miss Henrietta said, come get Kendrick out this parking lot. He got a gun. Because see, everybody would come up. They were scared to get out the car. Or they would hear up and get out and run to the car. Well, see, some of them had to go upstairs to the second floor. Some had to go to the third floor. Some had to go to the fourth floor. They had to get, you know, they didn't know what the man was working with. But he was working with an unloaded gun. So anyway, Frankie walked up to him. Because see, he would listen to Frankie. He said, come on, Kendrick. Give me the gun. Give me the gun, Kendrick. He said, you need to go lay down. I need to get this gun from you. So finally, he was standing there with it down like this. He said, come on, give me the gun. So he gave it to Frankie. Frankie said, now come on, because you ain't take your meds. I know you didn't take your meds. So Frankie got him in the apartment. He said, I'm going to stand here. You're going to take your meds now. So he took his meds. He said, now lay down. And say, when he went to put the gun on top of something he had, the stereo or whatever it was, his speakers, whatever, he saw where there was no clip in the gun. He said, now he running all these people out here in the parking lot and got these people running with this gun, this empty gun. And so he said, well, get some sleep, Kendrick. So he said, I'm going back to my apartment. I'm going to lay down. Well, he laid down, he ate, and he fell back to sleep. And he said the next thing he know, somebody was beating on his door. Bam, 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 bam. And he heard this woman out there hollering, no, Kendrick, no. And say he ran to the door. He opened the door. He said, what's going on? Say, he the man, he got the gun again. Say the brother got the gun. Say he done chased his sister off. And people out there ducking and running, trying to get away from him. And he said, Kendrick, give me the gun. Why you messing with people like this? Say, the sister had done ran out her shoes to the left, and the brother had done ran across the parking lot behind the pool house. And so he said, come on, y'all come on back. Ain't nothing in this gun. I said, Kendrick, why you keep messing with people? Why you keep doing that? Oh, I'm just having some fun. She said, I come over here to give him his money so that he could, you know, buy her. He had petty cash where he could go buy him something. But Kenny didn't use his petty cash to buy nothing. He used it to give it to his boyfriends, or because Kendrick was a known thief. He could steal. The man was stealing. He dressed like a professional lawyer. Handsome out the door. But he preferred men. So he said he didn't throw it back. He chunked it back, if y'all know what I mean. He chunked it. So anyway, that ain't the first time Kendrick had got in some trouble. He was going to the store, and Frank asked him, Kendrick, where you going? I'm going to the store to get me some milk. He said, well, all right, then. You don't want to walk with me? He said, no, you go ahead on. Because Frank know Kendrick was steal. So he said when Kendrick come back, Kendrick had 2 big bags of stuff. He said, Kendrick, where you get all that stuff from? I stole it. You know I steal. He couldn't go in number 1 store, and that was Dollar General. And he was steal. What did he do? He go to the cash machine, the cash register, pay for it, and say, oh, I forgot something. Can I have a bag to put this in? But he would grab more than 1 bag. He grabbed 2 bags. And while the people up there, he wait till a lot of people in the store. And while the people up there, the cashier checking people out, he'd be back there stealing. So he had all kind of stuff. So he had a whole big rack of bandanas, beer, sugar, rice, flour. He said, Kendrick, don't your sister go shopping for you? Yeah, but I just wanted to get something else I want. And there was another time Kendrick got himself in trouble. Kendrick decided he wasn't going to wait for the bus driver to put the handicapped people up there. He wanted to get on the bus. So they told him, the bus driver said, no, sir, no. The bus driver knew. He said, no, Kenny. He called him Kenny. No, Kenny, you can't get up on this bus. Yes, I am. So it's something on the bus. You know what I'm talking about, Sugar. It lets out like this right here. And it goes down.
Wheelchair.
Yeah, to put the wheelchair. So Kenny couldn't wait. He gonna step over the man thing, and push the bus driver out the way. I'm getting on this bus. I paid my money too. So the bus ride went. It circled around. It came out. It circled back around. It then circled around. It went up and it came around. Picked Frankie and them up. Went out to the main road. Went back up. It was like a loop, like it was, And so the whole while they was picking up people to go to work. Kenny on there talking this to the bus driver. The bus driver said, "Sir, Kendrick, you can't do that. You can't get ahead of people. If I ain't paying my money, I can get whoever I want, get wherever I want to. I can arrest all of y'all on here. I can make a citizen's arrest. I got a badge and I got a gun." What did he say that for? He should have never said he had a gun because it was on. The bus driver said, "You got a gun?" "Yeah, I got a gun and I got a badge." Pulled out a Boy Scout badge. A Boy Scout badge on and flashing it. And they said, "Kenny, you're not no cop. That's a Boy Scout badge. I still can make an arrest, a citizen's arrest." And the bus driver kept saying, "Kenny, you got a gun? Kendrick, you got a gun?" "Yeah, I got a gun. Yeah, I got it." So when he came out that last loop, by that time, you don't see him when they be radio and talking, to the cops. He went back around the same route. And they said, "What's going on?" He said, "Nothing, just sit still." And so he just kept riding. When they got back out to the main highway, they saw no cars. You know what the street I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Is it Lake Bradford? It came out Lake Bradford. I think it was Lake Bradford. I think.
Yeah.
Started going down the road. And Frank said he noticed one note. Is that black-eyed cow? Did you hear a door open?
I sure did.
Who that? I bet you it's that black-eyed cow trying to slip in here. No, it ain't the black-eyed cow. Anyway, the bus driver was riding. "Kenny, what's going on? What's going on?" And see, once the cops blocked off, when the bus came out, the back way was blocked off that way. And all the lights was green, so the bus driver can't, that's what the cops do. They turn all them lights on green.
Yeah.
And so when they got on Gain Street, the cops had blocked that way to the left and on down the street near FSNU. They blocked all of that off. "Kenny, what's going on?" And everybody talking, "You got us late for work, fool." That's what's going on. Something going on. All these cops, they don't pull out them cops now unless somebody got a gun or something. Now, didn't he just say he had a gun?
Yeah.
So the bus driver rolled up. He said, "Everybody keep your seat." Open that door, and Frank said a black cop got on that bus and said tacky. He looked like he was 9 feet tall. So all said it took him one step up on it. So he said, "Where he at?" See, the bus driver pointed at him. Say the people at the back were pointing at him. "That one right there. Get him." Say he didn't throw him off the truck. He didn't drag him off the bus. Say all we know, we just saw a man flying through the air. He flew off the bus. He said, "You got a gun?" And no officer by that time you saw a man flying through the air. Picked him up by, said he reached down and grabbed his leg and flipped him through the air. He said, "They say you got a gun." And no officer ain't got no gun. Grabbed him up again by his leg. And said everybody went to cheering. He said, "I felt sorry for Kendrick." I said, "Frank, you shouldn't feel sorry for him. He the one talking about, I got a gun. I can make a citizen's arrest." Okay, you can make a citizen's arrest. Then the cop said last time he saw him, he was flying through the air. So they took him on down to the jailhouse. And I think he talking about he was going to kill himself. They Baker act him. Send him to the crazy house. But anyway, y'all, don't get up on these city buses and this government stuff. You know that belongs to the city and the state. You don't get up there talking about you got a badge and it's a Boy Scout badge and Talking about you got a gun and you ain't got the gun first. I got a gun and didn't have a gun the first. And the man ended up in jail for 6 months. Then he had to go back to, he ended up in jail. Then he had to go do the Baker Act. Somebody Baker Act him at the jail. So he was gone from his apartment almost 6 months. But anyway, y'all, that's the gossip for today. Kendrick, Frank, and the unloaded Glock gun. There was no bullets in the thing. Had everybody running. But Kendrick was a Kendrick. That's it for today. Y'all like, share, subscribe, comment, do what you want to do. Remember what we said about our hats. Bye.